Hello everyone and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be trying out some of the other new decks from the latest Rush Duel box, specifically Dark Arts of Positioning and Semeruler, and later on we are going to be taking part in the Angel Cup, which looks to be a bit smaller turnout than last week, but it is still a Rush Duel tournament. That is what we are planning to do. Hello, we have Gunk and Zusip Shari, welcome on in, and Quicks in the chat. So I think we're just going to fire straight on in, to be honest. There isn't really any other news, so we're not really expecting to do very well with this deck, but we have to test it, right? You can't just write a deck off immediately and just be like, oh, it's just straight up bad. We have to test it. We have to see how bad it is. We have to see if it's got any potential whatsoever. So we're just going to fire straight in, and we're going to see what we can do with it. This is going to be a deck that revolves around 0 attack monsters, which is always a little bit risky. So we're not, like I say, we're not expecting to do well. So if we win any games, really, we're going to be quite chuffed. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Right, we are going second, which is not the greatest. We'd really like to go first. This is going to be another issue, is the amount of high levels in this deck. Going to be a struggle stream. Well, we'll only be doing this for about an hour, and then we're going to be playing in the Angel Cup. And then if we scrub out the Angel Cup, we'll be back to this, but we'll see how this goes, right? Because at the very least, it is like a new deck type, even if the deck type's going to be kind of garbo. Ooh, and our opponent seems to have opened with double high-level monster, which is usually would be quite good for us, because if we had a deck that could boost ourselves to have a ton of attack, like if we were playing the Noodles or if we were playing Spellcasters, we'd be able to just get in for a load of free damage here. Unfortunately, this hand doesn't look like it's going to be playing ball with that. Especially since, how does this deck even like beat 2500 attack monsters? Well, that's awful. Gosh, what do we even do? I think we have to empty our hand, right? No matter what. This is not looking great immediately. It might be that we have too many of the level 6s in the deck. We might have to cut some of them down, but we were worried that we wouldn't have much of anything if we didn't. Yeah, with Talismanic Sealer gone as well, it's making Semeruler feel even weaker. Because even if we do manage to get, like, a play off, like, what do we do off of it? We can kill one of these 25s, we can't kill the other one, unless we crash into it. Alright, let's go next, because he's about to summon out 3 high attack monsters we can't beat. Realistically, we weren't beating that. You could chalk it down to a brick, but I don't think it would have mattered anyway. I think this deck might just be a bit dog shit. Right. Let's see what our next opponent has for us. To be fair as well, our opponent did very much high roll us, right? Getting out 3 level 7 monsters on turn 2 is pretty ridiculous even for Cyberse. Using Hermit Soul. The trap card, yeah. If that's, I can't even remember if that's what the trap card's called, but yes, I tend to not really memorize like really bad cards' names. Obviously, Hermit Soul is like not terrible for Duel Links, but in general is a shit card. Going first with the old Esalen hand. I mean, part of me is like we just full send this, because otherwise, we're just going to have these high levels stuck in our hand. So we send this. We bring this out in. We don't get a battle phase. So in the end phase, it would change, but we're not using the skill, so it doesn't matter. So we just summon it in defense. Right. Let me just pass. But let's double check. Yeah, Hermit Soul. The issue we're going to have with this deck, I think, is our skill, I believe, limits us to using very specific monster types. Oh, no, it can't do. Level 4 or higher monsters in your deck. So maybe we need to include, like, buffers and weakeners, for lack of a better word. Well, this hand is interesting. Chances are that back row is going to be important, right? It's probably going to be like a widespread. Otherwise, why else would he leave that in attack mode? Well, I mean, we don't really have a good alternate. I think we just have to accept we're going to lose our guy. So we'll summon. I think we're just going to set these. I don't think it's worth using Shield and Sword here. Maybe it would have been worth it because we could have... we could have got it back to our hand, but... Right, we're expecting a widespread here. Counter pitches. Why would you bother? That's very strange. Yeah, and again, Harpies are always going to have massive buttered monsters, so we're never going to be able to attack over them. Well, there's an Essel, just to dump stuff into the grave. And unfortunately, he did hit Winged Wing Beasts, which are what we really don't want him to be hitting. Twin Edge here is interesting. So I assume he has an out. Probably going to summon out Harpy Lady middle. Even if you boost that, though, it's not worth. We can stop one of these. Potentially. Yeah, we can definitely stop one. Because whatever attacks, and whichever one we want to kill, I guess, we can use our Sword and Shield on. Ideally, we want him to attack with Sisters, because that's the one that we really want to killing above R. It shouldn't really matter too much either way. Okay, so we are just going to boost all three. That's fine. Alright, well that's pretty much perfect for us. So we'll do this now. Get a good 1500 in. Now we just need a little bit of attack points. If we can find any level 6, we should be good to just win next turn. Okay, well there is a level 6. We don't need to use the skill then, so we will just... Do we start with this? I think we do. We'd lose 500, but how would it work with that? Because it gains attack, right? Gains attack. So it should be fine to use it afterwards. So I'm going to do this. We're going to summon out Masaki. We're going to summon out Crawling Torso. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Discard. Cheat this out. Change this to attack, and then if I activate this, what this should do is boost this up to 4000 attack, which it did. Go, old men! Beat up those harpies! See, when you get a turn like that, it makes the deck look competent, but I feel like that's not going to happen a lot of the time. We'll totally save that replay, though. We might not get many wins, so we will take whatever we can get for replays. Not like this. What do you mean? That was good. That's what we want. Good morning, I can't kill anyone. Hope everyone in chat's having a great day. You're probably going to be having a better day than me, struggling with the Semeruler deck. We'll have to see if we can get a few more wins. I mean, I'd like to think we can. We might also want to tweak the number of tributes in this deck. I think maybe we drop 1 or 2 of the Sages. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We'll play a few more games of it first. Alright. I think we're going to sack this one off. Or set? Are we keeping this in hand is the question. I don't really want to. I think we are just going to get rid of it. And we'll just pass on that. 4,000 attack on a level 5/6 is pretty crazy. How did that happen? So we used Semeruler's effect to cheat it out, and then it gains attack equal to its own defense points. So it goes up to 2,000. And then we used Shield and Sword, which swaps it back. So its attack and defense originals get swapped. So it goes to 0 defense, but gains 2,000 attack, but it already has the 2,000 attack buff, putting up to 4,000. I think we're getting high rolled, guys. My man opened with Ghost Cyclone into Essel, and then just got out 2 others and still has a back row. And we're playing a 0 attack deck, which means we're going to take maximum punishment. We are getting utterly sacked. Like, this is as sacky as this can be. If that is a widespread, then he has literally opened the 100% perfect open he possibly could open. I mean, what does this do? I think I'm just dead either way, right? We can pop 1 if that isn't the highest attack, which is going to be anyway. We can swap something to defense, but in order to that, we have to have a face-up monster. So yeah, we're just dead. There's nothing we can do. Again, we got sacked into oblivion there. He literally opened the high roll of the high roll. There was nothing we could do there. Even if we were playing a real deck, I think we would have struggled to beat that. Especially since like, we know that back row is widespread as well. Like, you don't sack that hard and don't also have the widespread. Alright, let's see. What, this rower player on a 5 streak. Okay, okay. We're not feeling confident going into this one. Mind you, don't think we're going to feel confident going into any of these, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, okay. 2 defense monsters. This is another issue we're always going to have, is Semeruler kinda sucks. We're against Rower as well, so just throwing it out for no reason, I feel like is a way to just lose the game. We can't even get 3 monsters out that do anything because of the cost for Semeruler's effect. I think the players just set 3 pass. This is very awkward. I don't want to commit to the board, but at the same time, I think the issue is Semeruler's too cost heavy, right? 2 tributes to get this guy out, and then an extra card discarded is too much. It's just way too much to do anything meaningful. Looks like we're just against Thunder aggro. So we don't have to worry too much about the Royal Rebel stuff then. Oh. You have 2 15s, and you know I didn't tribute set the other ones, so I don't know why you didn't just get the extra 1,000 damage in, but okay. So we know our opponent's quite bad as well then. But this hand doesn't make things any easier, unfortunately. I guess we're gonna go for it. So we'll summon out Torso. Activate Torso effect. Grab this back. Then I guess we'll activate the skill, because then I can change the battle positions, which is what I want. So we'll return a Semeruler to the deck, reveal this, and then just grab the Semeruler back. We'll summon Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Then I can activate the effect, discard to bring this out, and since we're not going to change battle positions, we need it to be in defense mode. Then we activate Shield and Sword. We'll go to battle. Dark Arts positioning will change this to attack mode. Then we'll attack into here and we'll get widespreaded, because everyone always opens widespread. Ah, that's disappointing. And that's the game. So... Oh, this deck is so bad. This deck is so bad. I don't know if there's anything we can do to fix the problems. I think it might just be this deck sucks. Alright, let's take out some of these boss monsters just to try and get the ratios a little bit nicer. What do we want to put in instead? I would like to have a few more zombies. Just try and get that engine online a bit more. We could just do a 3-4 split. That's not bad. We have these two for the weekend, but I think ideally we want even more. Hey, Dwan. Welcome on in. Question is, what do we actually want? Part of me thinks it has to be something like Speedy Performer, but Speedy Performer doesn't feel good. Alternatively, we could just put in another zombie. Alright, let's try this out. Again, I still do not think this is going to fix any of our underlying issues, but we'll take a look-see. We'll see if we can find anything. So we have 45 minutes till the tournament starts. Let's go and see if the number of entrants has increased at all. There's 14 last time we checked, and it's currently at 17. Okay, so it is slowly increasing in player count, which is what we like. We really like it when tournaments set above 16 players. That's like the bare minimum we want to be seeing. Okay, so this is... could be Thunder or Harpies or... I guess anything, really. Alright, what has our opponent got for us? Probably going to be the old set 3 monsters, maybe set a back row pass. That's the usual go-to. I love the fact as well that Konami felt the need to put a limit 3 on Semeruler, despite the fact that card is just straight up terrible. Well, that doesn't do a lot for us, unfortunately. So we're just going to set our whole hand and pass the turn. Now, we've already seen that our opponent's on the Beast Engine. So that means we know that they are not playing... Oh, this is probably Noodles. Oh, no. Okay, this is Dawn Dino then. It's just Dawn Dino. I mean, it's not like we could have done anything to this anyway. Call of the Earthbound is still limit 3. It's a better card than Semeruler. Damn, we're putting on the try-hard cap today. Now we're putting on the didn't have a lot of time to make myself look pretty today. Well, he doesn't have any way to get to our life points until he draws a Dragius, so we could just, like, stall him out for now. I don't hate that. If we can wait until we get something that we can actually use as a payoff with the Semeruler, I think that'd be better than just, like, pulling the trigger early. And even if he does find a Dragius, we're only going to take 25. Oh no, Servant of Dawn. There is literally no reason to use that outside of if I have a set like Archfiend Soldier or... what? Valkyria? The 5 streak. Okay, well that's 1. Is it even worth going aggressive here? We don't have any back row hate, which kind of stinks, but we have to do something at some point. I don't even think we need to fill up our graveyard, so I think we might just set this. Right, we'll summon out Torso. Activate the effect. We'll grab back Ghoulish Gal. We'll summon out the Ghoulish Gal. Then we'll go ahead and Tribute 1, Rebuke... Oh, actually, do we want to do that now? Summon, discard, get that, have that out. Having him out doesn't actually do anything. He's only 1200 attack, so... I think we will use the skill. So I'll put this back into the deck. reveal this, grab it back out again. Then, normal summon out the boy. Even if I change one of his monsters to defense, it's not going to let the 1200 attack over it, so there's no reason to worry about that. Since we've used the skill, we have to bring it out in defense if we're not going to change one of his battle positions, which we're not planning to, so we'll bring this out in defense. We'll set this. We'll then activate the shield and sword. Go to the battle phase. I've just realised my mistakes. Now I can't clear this very easily. But I can still clear this. And we'll just pass. Now we have that in the graveyard. We can also just get it back using sword and shield. Assuming it doesn't get popped, that is. So, I mean, we have to, like, jump through so many hoops and do so much thinking just to, like, not even do a full clear and not even get a ton of damage in. Ah, no, my monster's got 0 defense now. TSA as well? My man is scared. I mean, he needed to do this, because otherwise he would have just lost to my back row. I can now use this to protect this if I want. Because now if I use this, he only gains 500 attack. 900 isn't going to do much, unless he summons something that's really, really low attack value. Silver Wolf effect. So now if we did it, would become a 700 attack monster. Now if we did it, would become a 500 attack monster. Oh, because it reduces defense as well. Oh, no, it doesn't make a difference. It would still be a 500 attack monster. Goes to the Servant at Dawn. Oh, we had that toggled off because we're dum-dums. Yeah, we will do this here. This gets me this back to hand and does kill one of his monsters. I think it's worth it. We will take a bit more damage here because now we're getting 21 in, but we'd also do it to keep the body, which is pretty good. He has to clear that. I don't know why he attacked in that order. Like, I guess he just really wanted to get a full clear and guarantee he killed that. I still think that's a bit weird. I mean, we can clear. It's not a clean clear. We can attack him for 21, which I don't also think is worth it. Fried Noodles yesterday. Did you see my replay in Hylas server? It was scary. I did not catch that, unfortunately. I have to see if I can allow that later. Alright. We'll go ahead and tribute 2. Summon out the boy. We'll then go for set 1, set 2, set 3. Go to battle, and we will just swing into the Megazal. I think getting rid of that, especially since he can boost up to 24, that can get a bit problematic. Our back row's not bad. Realistically, only one of them is live. He knows one of them's a sword and shield. Or shield and sword. Oh, just the set 3. Now, has he used any of his back row yet? He's used 2, so he still has the widespread in the back pocket. I could use that. That does force a guy into my hand, which is not the end of the world. Like, having it for next turn is kind of fine. Letting me keep my guy in defense mode is also quite nice, so I think we will do that. So we will go Dark Arts of Positioning. We will send back into the deck probably just a TSA. Reveal this. Grab you out. Then we can activate your effect. Question is, what am I discarding? I don't really want to discard him. And either way, when we do this, we're not going to get any piercing. I just want him on the field. I don't really want to discard this, so I actually might discard the TSA. Although that is a good win con. Alright, we'll just get rid of this. We'll bring this out, and since we're not going to use its effect, because it only changes attack position to defense position, we're going to summon out in defense mode. We're going to set this. We'll go to the battle phase. We'll swing with this, and then we'll see if he has... Yeah, so he has got the widespread. There's no reason not to use it here. And then we'll just end our turn, and we'll swap back to defense. Alright, let's see what our opponent has for us. He hasn't actually seen any Dragius yet, right? He hasn't seen any of his high levels. It's literally just the Mega Zowler. If he has high levels, now would be the time to start playing them. Okay, so Super King Rex comes down. Mills another Super King Rex, which is pretty good for us. Brings back Zowler. I think as is, we don't bother using any of our back row here. Let's see what he does. If he gets out another big attack monster, we will probably turn our back row back on. But if it's just these two, we'll just let these two die. Oh, we only have 8 cards left in deck. We're going to have to use our TSA this turn, probably. Right, we have to hope that we draw into some low-level monsters, which we have. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use his effect, which is a little bit disappointing. So do we just fire this off now? Probably should. Alright, so we'll fire off the shield and sword. So we realistically cannot find a kill. What we can do is use TSA. We'll put back you, 1, 2... So we still have 2 copies in deck of them. I guess... I don't even really need 3 of this. It's a bit of an awkward one. No, we'll do it. We'll take 3. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and weaken the dino. We'll then summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Set this. Go to battle. Swing over this. Get in for a nice 21. Got them down to 7 hundo. Once again, Hermit Soul doesn't do anything, so we don't have a 0 attack monster on the field. TSA, if we live, should be pretty good for next turn, and we do have the widespread to deflect anything that he tries to hit us at the moment with. Let's see what he's got. Struggle Stream. Welcome to the Struggle Stream, Grand. That's all we do here, we just struggle. Servant of Dawn. If he just goes straight to battle phase here. Ooh. We don't die this turn. But him having 2 25s is pretty yikes. So it doesn't matter what we kill here, so we just pop this one. Alright. We do have 3 high levels left in the deck, but we also have 3 of our zombie chick. So as long as we draw a combination of them, we're fine. Right, 3 high levels. That's all 3 of them. But we have also drawn zombie chick, so we're kind of chilling. We have TSA, which is also fine. We use Crawling Torso effect. We'll grab back Ghoulish Gal. Summon out the Ghoulish Gal. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Discard to get this out. Normal summon. And we have the TSA that we don't need to use. And that's just 700 immediately. BAM! We take them. We take them. 100%. And again, our replays are going to be very desperate to acquire any wins that we get with this pile. Oh, I'm chuffed that we won that. I think that mostly came down to him not seeing high levels early, though. He couldn't, like, put on a lot of pressure, and because of that, we were able to just kind of stall out. Not the most dignified victory, but it's still a victory, and we will still take it. Alright, let's see what our next opponent is going to have for us. The skill needed ways to boost 0 attacks every turn. I think more than anything, my biggest complaint with the skill is quite a simple one. And it's this. Where is it? Shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck. I don't understand why we needed to break even on that instead of just plussing. Because in order to pull off a Semeruler turn, you have to summon, tribute both to get out Semeruler, discard a card, and special summon a card from your hand. So that's a full 5-card combo to end on 2 monsters. That's not crazy. That's actually a bit crap. So, like, if you take away the minus, right, then you can do the full combo, end on a full board with 5 cards. So that seems better, at the very least. Again, it's still always going to be crap, because 0 attack monsters are still crap. One other thing I would like is just the ability to just keep... Like, right, we'll wait for the ad to finish. We'll wait for the ad to finish before we continue that. But, like, there's so many ways you could change it. So many ways. Alright, let's see what Yuga Odo has for us. What? Current win streak 32? Alright, so anyone that didn't see that because it was in... and the ads were about. This guy's on a 32 win streak. 32? What on earth? Yeah, I think we're gonna just set some cards and see what he does. 32 win streak in Rush. Jesus. What's the deck supposed to have, IRL, to make 0 attacks good on the following turn? It just doesn't. It just doesn't, Brand. It just doesn't. Man, if we had... if we had just a boss monster, I would go in and try and get some damage with Piercing Samurai. I don't think Piercing Samurai on its own is enough to warrant going aggressive. Because I can maybe clear his stuff, and then I'll just take a ton of damage on the crackback. So we're just going to pass back to him. He's on Magnum, because it doesn't count if so. I mean, we'll find out what he's on in a minute. Well, there's no point in doing anything until he does something or we draw boss monsters, so we're just going to be in a stall game for a bit. Still doesn't do anything. Actually, that does kind of do something. The issue is we don't have any protection for the crackback, and he's got 2 back row, so I'm not going to do it. If we draw some back row to protect ourselves, I'll go aggressive, but until then, like, there's no reason to, right? I don't know if I ever had 20 game win streak in Rush. I think 16 was the best I've got. I've had like a 12 streak into an 11 streak before, but like there's been a loss in the middle. Now the loss was entirely my fault, right? Like I should have, if I had not misplayed, I would have won that game anyway, but it still counts as a loss. I still have no idea what this guy's on. We're not seeing any of our back row. We're barely seeing boss monsters. Our deck plays 3 traps as well, so that might not seem like a lot, but in Rush, 3 traps is quite a lot. Okay, is this SAR and he's just drawn a Torna? That'd be my guess. Oh, if he hits the middle one, we are in such an awful spot here. We just need him to not hit our middle monster. Just please do not hit the middle one. Okay. That's probably the best it was going to get. Okay, we're going to take 2,000 here. What the heck did I tune into? Did you use max seed? Yeah, we max seed each other. So this guy is on a 32 win streak with 7's Axel Road. Ah, no, we want to keep that one. Right, there's Hiroshima. So I'll go ahead and use Dark Arts of Positioning. Realistically, I don't need you, so we might as well reveal Hiroshima. Oh no, we're putting that back. Oh, that's also fine. I gotta remember that that's how that works. What do we want now? We have so many cards. You're not going to be necessary, so we'll set you. Yes, we will do it this way round. Summon out the boy. Activate the effect. We'll then discard... probably Essel. Bring this out. We're not going to change the battle position, so we want it in defense mode, because we've used the skill. Then I'm going to just go ahead and fire off the sword and shield here. I don't really want another monster in attack mode, just because. Even though I could clear, he's got so many cards in his hand, clearing doesn't matter. So we are going to set this. Go to battle. Then we will run into his Widespread Ruin, because he's gone through 16 cards in his deck. He's going to have his Widespread Ruin. Then, I guess we have to kill this, right? We're probably dead on the crackback. The issue was we never saw any of our traps. All of our traps are still in the bottom 15 in our deck, which means we always knew our opponent was going to have stuff to stop us, and then we didn't have anything to do in rebuttal. 32 is nuts. I mean, yeah, it's pretty gross. The thing is that, like, getting high win streaks isn't too bad if you're playing a semi-competent deck, especially considering we've just had new box day, right? Which means this guy might still just be riding the high of everyone playing the bad new decks and playing them very inefficiently and thus getting a load of free wins. So, like, it's one of those weird ones where I wouldn't put too much stock in it. Alright, yeah, that's just lethal on board. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if we were playing a real deck, maybe we would have had an okay chance there. Unfortunately, I don't even think that's worth saving a replay. I think it'd be a really boring replay to have. It feels like 1 in 32 games you should brick, or like something will go wrong. Yeah, but... so what you're saying is 1 in 32 games you should get unlucky, rather than 1 in 32 games, like, you should run into someone better than you. Do you know what I mean? So it's a weird one, right? Because just not getting unlucky is something that can just happen, right? Oh, this is a hand of all time. Maximum overload. Okay. Okay. We have 20 minutes till the Angel Cup. And before anyone says anything, we are not taking this deck to Angel Cup. There is no chance in hell we are playing this. That's all of our normal zombies in the open. I still haven't climbed to Cog this season and might try out the Fire Dragon deck. I don't rate the Fire Dragon deck too highly. I think the deck's fine. I think it's definitely coggable. I think it's okay. I don't rate it as being a top tier deck. I think it's weaker than Noodles, realistically, unless you just high roll into Dragius every game. I think it's obviously a lot better than this deck. I'll tell you that much for sure. Unfortunately, all of our monsters have 0 attack, and he's found a Tawner. So we're going to take at least 19 here. I also haven't got Rush Cog yet. I was kind of lazy this season. I mean, you can be as lazy as you want. It's like aggro, but worse probably. I mean, basically, it's like, what if aggro could only play one Dragius? It's like, well, why would you play it then? And a Pierce? What is going on? Why has he got 2 Pierce? This guy is terrible. His deck sucks. And he's going to punish us because our deck sucks harder. Oh, this is so sad. Oh my god. We're going to lose to this guy. This guy is crap. Like, he is utterly dog shit. And we're going to lose to him. Oh, this is sad. This is very sad. Alright. We still don't have much of a play. I mean, we can wipe his board and then leave a load of stuff in attack mode, which I think we have to do, but like, it don't feel good. So summon. I can't even clear because this doesn't have any attack points. Oh, I should have summoned it first. That's me just getting flustered, that is. That's fine, we'll just clear these. And we'll just pass on that. I think we should put a scoreboard for this deck so newcomers can know the ratio. Ooh, that's not a bad shout, actually. I think this deck, I do not see a reason to play it outside of like wanting to be a snowflake, right? If you want to play a deck no one else is playing, this is a good deck to play, right? If you're just one of those people that's like, oh, I don't want to be meta, I want to be completely off meta. This is the kind of deck that could get you to that stage, but I don't think it's very good. I think it's kind of dog. I don't even know if it's worth making a video on this deck, to be honest. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Like, is it worth making a video for a deck that you know is completely garbage? I guess it'd be like a PSA not to play the deck. Is Semeruler ever good in the future? He has a fusion. So he very, very recently, like in the last 6 months or so, he's had a fusion that's come out. Or it might have been Semeruler that got his. Let me check this before I start talking out my butt. I have to ignore that for a sec. Yeah, Semitarasu the Divine Summoner. This one did come out a while ago, so this is not the newest one. It was Semeruler that got his one recently. It's not bad. Special summon a level 8 or lower warrior or fairy from your graveyard face up. Shuffle monsters from your opponent's graveyard into the deck up to the number of monsters with 0 attack in your graveyard. Of all of the Gavin fusions, it's probably the weakest, to be honest. But it's fine. Realistically, I don't think it's going to be great, right? Play a deck that no one plays, then I realize the reason no one plays it is because it sucks. Yeah, I mean, so there is a little caveat to that, right? In which sometimes a deck can still have a ceiling that can take on other decks, but it will be weaker or require a lot more to get to that stage. And in that sense, you could play it. Like, there are a lot of decks and speed that generally don't get to that like high level very easily, but once they do get there, they're very kind of dominant. Alright, well, we're going to use this. Do we have a way to kill here? Summon, tribute both. Get that. Swing over for 1,000. Yeah, I think we just win. Get rid of this. Reveal this to our opponent. Grab that. Normal summon. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Get this out. We want it in defense mode. It's going to swap to attack in a sec. And we'll drop TSA. This doesn't matter. I'm amazed we won this, by the way. Like, this went so bad on turn 1. Dark Arts positioning, puts them into attack. Swing in. Swing in. And that's the game. Nice. This deck would have the same number of wins as Urashima Sage's attack. Yes. Maybe if we get Semeruler, we can figure something out. Even Semeruler, I think the cost is always too high. I think that's the issue. its Semeruler's effect needs to not have a discard attached to it. And then maybe it would be good. I suppose the other thing is that right now, that discard isn't gaining value because the only monsters we can summon are level 6s. So the discard for the effect counts as the one tribute that the monster would take to get out. But if you summoned out a level 7 or 8 monster, it effectively counts as 2 tributes. So you gain value from it there. And obviously getting out a Semeruler is actually a good monster that does things and has enough defense that it can just live rather than the 1800 that Sage has. So, like, maybe there's something there. But my guess is Semeruler is going to be limit 3 because it's a good card. And Semeruler is a limit 3 because reasons. So, who knows? Who knows? I'm just trying to justify my spending of gems on this box. I mean, I can always justify it, because as a content creator, I need the cards for videos, right? So, I have that. It's not quite like a tax write-off, but like, because it's gems and I didn't pay any money for them. But the point is, I think the only reason to really dig into this box is if you want to play the Volcano deck, like the Volcano Dragons. That's a hand. That is a hand indeed. Do we hold one of our level 6s is the current question. I think we will, because this does tutor out the Semeruler, which might be necessary to make a play next turn. We'll see what happens. I'm just a rando, and I'm free to play. I just hope they give me a little more time to grind before the next box drops. I'm annoyed because I missed the 1.5 times EXP week. I mean, that's always going to suck. So, people are predicting we're getting the new box in 2 to 3 weeks. So, that's not a lot of time, but that's the current prediction. That is dog shit. It has 0 defense. If I could summon any other monster, I could kill this, but I can't. Now we have to set these. There's no reason to hold like any of this. I mean, this has to be an attack position monster, so I can't even use that to protect. I think we have to get these out of the hand. But by the way, we did trim down our level 6s, so we're only on 4 of them now, and we've already seen 3 of them. In the top 9 of our deck, we have found 3 of our 4 level 6s. I guess it depends on how big the box is. I think people are expecting a mini or a super mini. Like, people aren't expecting like a large box, a regular box. Things aren't looking good for us right now. Well, a Semeruler here, unfortunately, doesn't actually accomplish much. I mean, we have to throw it out, but if his back row is anything, we do just kind of lose the game. Right, let's go with TSA. We'll put some of this stuff back. Weaken this. Set. Battle swing. Okay, no thingy. No, widespread. So maybe we can do something. The next large box will probably be when fusions come out, or maybe for Go Rush World. I hope it's when fusions come out. Because when fusions come out, I hope it isn't just like, look, you can make 7's Paladin and Draggy a star F, and that's it. I think that'd be really boring. I want fusions for all the main characters, right? I want them straight away. And I would like that in big box form. Oh, actually, we could just do this. How big is this guy? 3,000. So he's gained 500. So, yeah, we're fun to do this. Boop. Aha, I've maintained my trap card. Ah. Get rid of you anyway. Keep him my guy. You can't get rid of him. He's mine. Alright, let's see if we can't try and close this game out. Hey! There's another win! Alright, we need to get some, like, good losses with this. We need losses that aren't just, like, bricks or, like, ridiculous blowouts. That's what we need with this deck. Because we're going to need... We don't want to have a video of just a bunch of wins. The issue is all of our losses have been, like, really boring losses. I think what would have been a good loss would have been that Overlord player, but we did actually end up beating him. If Fusion is a main box UR, the economy being... There's no way. I almost think I would give out Fusion to everyone for free, is what I would do. Like, you log in, you get 3 copies of Fusion. I think that would make the most sense, which is why Konami won't do it. They could be generous and give it for free, make 3 times Fusion. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I was just saying. I don't even think having a bundle feels good. They could put it in a box if they really want our money, which is probably what they will do. Imagine if they put it in, like, a structure deck. How scummy would that be? Or, like, you put it as a timed exclusive in structures. If they're evil, they will make the first Rush selection box. Ugh. 7's Fusion will be in a structure that will release... No, I think Ride Across Ash is what we're going to get in the structure. That's my prediction. I still don't know what we're against. It's a little bit risky to not get one of these high levels out of the hand, but I really don't want to go aggressive. Alright, screw it. Screw it. We're going aggressive. We're just doing this. This should guarantee clear. Unless he has trap cards. So this is probably then a recital. I don't even know if it's worth using recital there. I think that's a little bit of a early recital. Now, this could get punished really hard if we just draw high levels. Or we draw spell traps. But maintaining this seems decent. Okay, Cybertech Alligator, that's to be expected. Now, does he have any Harpy Lady Sisters? Looks like maybe not. Looks like definitely not. Okay, and he did luck out there, because he did draw a load of spell traps, so he needed the room from Recital anyway. Okay, well, there's another Semeruler. We kind of want this maintained as well. Right, we'll activate our skill. We'll put Semeruler back. Reveal this. Grab out Semeruler. Then we're going to summon the Semeruler. Followed by... And we always use the effect. I think we're actually going to get rid of the other Semeruler, as awkward as it is, because I don't really want to get rid of the other Semeruler. We're not changing something to defense, or are we? No, we totally are. We totally are. We'll drop this down. We'll go ahead and activate Urashima Sage's effect. Change this to defense. We'll normal summon. We'll activate Piercing Samurai. And we'll give Piercing to... Chances are he's going to not let our Semeruler stick around. So we're going to give it to Samurai. We'll set. Go to battle. We'll swing into this. Okay, so he did not actually have it. So we could have hit him a lot harder. But if this had attacked into something random, it wouldn't have been able to clear anyway. So now we end. This will change back to defense. And we managed to actually keep Sword and Shield. Now, chances are one of these is going to be a Talismanic Seal Array, and another one is going to be Ghost Cyclone. So if he's smart, he'll now use Talismanic Seal Array and then Ghost Cyclone. That's what he does. This is going to have to be our last one as well, because the Angel Cup starts in a sec. Or in 6 minutes. Tribute to the Doomed. Okay. As far as things go, that's probably like the least of my worries. Since he did discard that, though, I'm assuming he's got another back row hate. Okay, that's also fine. We don't really care about that too much. Alright, Faithbird, again, can't even clear this. So I'm assuming he's going to have another normal and then a Harpy Lady Sisters. Right, there's Harpy Lady Sisters. And a back row. How much back row is this guy playing? Sheesh. Yeah, you have to clear that because otherwise it changes it to defense. That's an interesting assortment of cards. We can't change it to defense mode is the main issue. So... Semeruler loses to everything. That's the issue we're currently having, is we just lose to everything, right? Any of his back row is live. If it's counter pigeons or... we don't really have a good play. We really need a Urashima Sage. So I'm going to set. And we're going to tribute set. And we're going to pass. Because if we just go all in with this and try and attack, it doesn't... Like, if he has anything, it stops it immediately, and then we get hit on the crackback for a crap ton. Whereas right now, we're only taking... What's that going to be? 14? And 14 is still a lot, more than we want to take, but it's a lot better than just losing the game immediately. Oh, is that a pet dragon? Oh, that was the best draw he could have gotten. Okay, if he also has Harpy Lady middle piece, Harpy Lady Sisters middle piece, then we are super boned. Okay, this is actually not too bad. We still take 24, which is obviously not good. But it could have been so much worse. Right, we need to see Sage now. We haven't seen Sage. So now we are forced to make a play. Of which, like, what even is the play? It's like attack into that and then have him die. But, like, we don't have another option. So we set. Tribute 2. And then as soon as he flips over any back row to stop this attack, the game is over. So we just immediately scoop. So now he flips over anything, the game's over. Yeah, so that's just the game. Do we save that? That's probably a good enough, like, loss to save, I think. Alright, so now we have a tournament starting in 3 minutes, so we can't really afford to jump into a new one. But we'll take a quick look at the deck. This is our Dark Farts of Smelling deck. I don't really know what else I could do to this deck to make it feel any better. I feel like you need an engine, some sort of engine in there, just to make Semeruler not feel quite so bad, right? I think that's the logic of that. Zero attack monsters do have a little bit of synergy, even if it's just with something like Hermit Soul. I would like more ways to, like, boost Semeruler over 2500s, but watch my replay. I don't think we really have time, man, because we've only got 2 minutes before the tournament starts, but we can definitely look at it afterwards. Will it just be your top replay when we do look at it? Or are we talking about is the one in Discord? I assume it's just going to be, like, you've saved it as a replay somewhere. Alright, so the deck we're actually going to play today is just going to be Noodles. And that's just because I want to play something new, but I don't want to play something that's completely garbage. This is the list we're going to play today. We're just testing out some stuff. We're going to be testing out Noodle Art of Roastery a bit more. We're going to be testing out Reincarnation. Again, this is not like the finished perfect build. The other big one is we're going to try out Thunder Gazelle and see if that works out any good. So you're going to see how this goes. Fingers crossed it goes okay. Right, let's swap back to this for a sec, just while we sort out rooms. I guess I'll make a room now, just in case. I believe we're supposed to have recruit spectators off. Okay. And then grab that. Alright, looks like we got like 21 people signed up to this tournament. So it's not like a massive event, but it is mostly Japanese players. Also, with the new Semeruler deck, I've noticed that you don't need to run the new level 6 fairy, as it never comes up. Switching something to defense is not helpful, as you can go for damage with this deck. 1800 attack is also bad, 2k attack hermit though. But, to be fair, in that last game we played, we needed to find Sage to change a monster to defense, and then we would have had a good chance at winning. So, like, I get what you're saying, Manicist, but exactly in that last game, changing a monster to defense would have been very, very relevant. So, I don't know. And also, what is the big difference between 2000 attack and 1800 attack? Like, what, you crash with... You can't attack over Mega Zowler. You can't attack over Archfiend Soldier. I'm trying to think what even other 2000 attack monsters people play at the moment. I don't think there's a huge difference between the two, personally. Okay, well the tournament should have started by now. Take a quick gander and just see what's going on. I guess we'll go back to this for now as well. Okay, there is a bracket. Let's see who we've got. Maybe we'll be against a familiar face. Oh, we have a bye. We have a bye in our first game. We'll be playing the winner out of Zaga Zaga and Kazarane K? I can't pronounce that. But yes, someone. Who else is in this tournament that people might recognize? Nanao is in here. Twitch Pro Fear is playing. Sherry is playing. Now is in here. Looks like that's going to be it. Out of people I know at the very least. So now the question is, what do we do while we wait? I guess we'll just keep playing, right? I don't think there's a reason to, like, just sit here in silence until our game starts. So we'll leave the room. Jump back into here. Go back to our deck editor. We'll go back to Dark Farts. I couldn't join because I have work in a bit, so I have to leave halfway through. That's a shame. I mean, again, we're not expecting to do particularly well. In the last one, we won what... So we played 6 games total, 2 best of 3s. We bricked in half of those games, and we ended up losing. We managed to win one of the games where we bricked, which was quite nice. But we were unable to do anything off of that, unfortunately. Right, we've got to keep an eye on this bracket in case it finishes. Might have to just ditch out of one of these games if our opponent's ready ahead of time. Right, let's see what we've got now. Let's see if this is actually going to be the new Volcano deck. Isn't Kaza Rene Kai the person who won the last GFA? Maybe. I know their name offhandedly. I can have a look in a minute, actually. This is another really, like, awkward setup here. I think we still get this out of our hand because we really just cannot afford to have so many bricks sat in the hand. Oh, there goes the music. There it goes back. Let's have a look. So, the last GRF. Yes, that is correct, Dwan. That is the player that is currently playing against Twitch Pro... No, it was Zaga Zaga, right? Yeah, currently playing at Zaga Zaga. And we will be playing against either Zaga Zaga or them. Oh, Dragonic Slayer pops my sword and shield. This is unfortunately quite a bad matchup for us. Apart from the fact this deck is actually a real deck. We aren't very good without our back row, and our back row is going to get cleared quite often in this matchup. On the plus side, this will be a nice quick one for the video. Yeah, but I mean, it's excessively bad as a matchup. Cool. Ugh. What do I even do here without... See, this is another good example where Sage would be fantastic, but Hermit is completely useless. I mean, we're just dead, right? I mean, we'll go for it anyway, but we are just dead here. Put this back. Reveal this. Summon, summon. Tribute, tribute. Summon. Activate the effect. Discard. Summon this out in defense mode. Go to battle. Now we have to hope that back row's nothing, and even then we're probably still dead. We end. He changes back to defense. I'm trying to think. Is there a deck that I think this deck has a good matchup against? Is there anything... Like, Rider Cross, I think, arguably plays better than this deck. And that is lethal, but again, that'll be a good one for the video, right? We need to show some losses. Right, we'll leave a nice on that one. There you go, buddy. Again, I'm not really sure if there's anything we really want to be tweaking in this deck. I think overall the deck's just kind of dog. We don't have a way to get to our opponent's life points, which is always going to suck. I think it doesn't help as well that it's not... I don't feel very motivated to make it better, if that makes sense, because I think no matter what we do to it, it's like polishing a turd. You know what I mean? It's like such a waste of effort. Okay, this could be Noodles, this could be Thunder. We're going second, which is not ideal. Especially if our opponent empties his whole hand. Okay, 4 is still pretty good. Now, we can empty our whole hand, though, which is something. This is Harpies. We're going to get punished really hard here. Mind you, if it's Thunder, we could also get punished really hard here. That's what he's got. Hey, Sakadetsu. Welcome on in. Welcome to the struggle stream, where we struggle with 0 attack monsters. Oh, it's Thunder. Right, we do have potentially a way to stop this. Oh, don't hit it! You son of a bitch! No! Oh, we just always lose the 50-50. If he'd have dropped another one, I could at least felt better about that. But alright, that was the best case scenario. We just saved 200 life points. Finish faster works, so nothing to work and well. I don't know how much rush change after this box. Not a lot. Let's be honest. I don't think the fire deck is going to realistically do very much. And I also... we have to... Or maybe we don't have to. We could just not set our whole hand, which we can't anyway, so... We'll just do this. I think the Volcano deck ain't doing much. I think the Semeruler deck ain't doing much, or Semeruler. And Noodles are fun, but they have so many glaring weaknesses that I don't think they're going to, like, shake things up, like, in a meaningful way. So I can only bless you with my luck to draw better. I don't know, Sakadetsu. I think even if I draw perfectly with this deck, I still don't think we're going to win many games with it. So we keep drawing the semi without the other cards that we need, which is a little bit disappointing. I mean, we can go for a clear on this. That might be our best option. It's not great. Alright, we'll flip this over. Put back... I don't know, these. Go for this. Normal. Or set. And we're just going to set 2. Go to battle, and we'll see if we can get in. At the very least, if we get rid of something important, like, for example, a widespread. Like, we had to get rid of that at some point, right? We don't play any back row hate in this deck, so that was always going to come up at some point. This is probably the best we could mitigate, and now we're probably dead. That is a shame. Yeah, we have nothing to stop this, so we are just dead on board. Both of our trap cards require a face-up monster. Which again, I think, we will just save this as a replay, because we want a load of losses for the replays, because we don't want to sit there in the deck edit, the deck profile, and then be like, oh yeah, the deck is really, really bad, and then just have a load of replays of us winning with it. That doesn't seem like it's a good idea. I think you're wrong about the fire deck, but I'll keep that for next tournament. I mean, I'm happy to be proven wrong, Manicist. It's just... Alright. The fire volcano deck. Volcano dragon deck. I mean, let's go take a look at it quick, because our game hasn't started yet, so we still got time. So again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this build is the best build. This is just, like, an example build. Blaster's Inferno as a skill. This is just worse noodle skill, right? First off, 1400 more attack is more restrictive than the noodle skill. It is just more restrictive, and only have one level 5 or less fire. We can choose one level 6 or higher fire attribute normal monster on the field. It gains 600 attack. So that is exactly the same as the noodle skill, and it's exactly the same as Servant of Dawn, getting that 600 attack. If it was a level 7 monster, you can add Dragon's Inferno. That's pretty good, right? Being able to get a back row hit card is pretty good, right? I'm not going to say it's not, because I think it is pretty good. The problem I have with this deck is the noodle skill lets you get an extra body, whereas this just lets you get access to your back row hate. And again, the back row hate is good, but you can only do it once as well. So you get back row hate one time in the game. Whereas the noodle skill, every turn, you can get an extra body, as well as the fact that Volcano Attack Dragon is just empirically a bad card. The only thing this card has going for it is that it has 2000 defense, which means you can play around shield and sword and shield. Other than that, it's just flat out a bad card. Both of the noodle boss monsters are better than this card, outside of the fact they have 0 defense. So then, it comes down to, okay, what does the rest of the deck have? Okay, we have Fire Guardian, but you have Flame Cerberus. And Flame Cerberus, again, has more defense than this card, so again, the inverse becomes true again in the other deck. So then it comes down to these. This is what makes this deck, in my opinion. Is literally, you can play one copy of Dragius, and you can play Phoenix Dragon to get back your boss monsters, and more importantly, Dragius. So, in my mind, this deck is just worse than the Noodle deck, but if you get lucky, and your Dragius isn't in, like, the bottom half of your deck, suddenly you can high roll and do quite well with it. That's kind of how I look at it. So I don't think this deck is bad, but I think it is worse than Noodles unless you just really, really high roll. That's kind of my opinion on it. So I guess what you could say is, like, just get lucky, lol, and then the deck's fantastic. Now, I have no idea how long we have until... Because it's not rounds, right? It's like it's a knockout tournament. So as soon as the guys before us have finished their game, we just jump into ours. So I don't really want to start another one. But yeah, that's my opinion on the Fire Dragon deck. As for the Semeruler deck, I really don't think there's any... I don't think there's any way to justify this being a good deck. I don't even think there's any way to justify this being, like, playable, almost. Like, it feels like it is almost unplayable. I'm not a big fan of it. I also don't think Essel needs to be in this deck. The idea was it would just kind of be a plus, but I think it's kind of a waste of space, so I think we will probably take it out. I don't really know what we replace it with. We could replace it with more engine, or we could replace it with cards that boost attack and defense. What was the... It might actually be a shout to include... Wait, what's our restriction? Is it 1400 attack, or is it level 4 or higher? That does create a couple of issues. Because a card I would quite like to include is our old pay-to-win friend, but I believe he's level 4. Yeah, he is. So, with that in mind then, maybe we do put in a couple of speedies, and then it would be awkward, but we could include just like a one of Thunder the Thunder. It might come up. Right, we'll save that for now. We'll see how this ends up playing, but again, we're going to have to wait until after our tournament match. We have no idea how long the tournament match is going to take. But, like, is it worth starting another one? I'll tell you, we'll start another one. If we have to quit out, we have to quit out, right? It's not the end of the world. So my question to you then, Manicist, assuming you're still about, would be, are you planning to play Volcano Attack in the next tournament? And will you actually stick to what you say you're going to play this time? Right, we've got Mac. Once again, this could be any number of decks, since it is an archive skill. I'd really like to punish this, but we haven't drawn any of our good punish cards. So, I think what instead we're going to do is just go on the defensive. Tribute to the Doomed this early? Do we just have lots of back row want to get out? This is literally just to get 2800 damage in. This feels so... Oh, if we want to discard it... Well, what did we discard though? Oh, we discarded a monster. Okay, we just want to draw more cards. Okay, I can respect that. Now that's a hand. So I'll go ahead and activate Dark Arts of Positioning. We have to ideally change that to defense, so we are going to do that. So we'll pop this back in the deck. Reveal Hiroshima Sage. Then we'll go ahead and summon out Crawling Torso, activate Torso, grab out Ghoulish. We'll summon that out. We'll then normal summon the boy. Activate his effect. Discard Sage. Or discard Hermit. Grab out Sage. To play around annoying back row, we're going to use Sage to change this to defense. Set this. Go to battle phase, change back to attack. Then we'll swing him with this. And we'll get him for 1000. And then we pass. And then back to defense. I can't wait when Rush Duel will start to have big defense monsters so we can just wall in. I really hope that that doesn't happen. I mean, we already have some, right? We have Shock Dragon and the Semeruler. They don't get much higher than that, right? Like Lurker has 26. Recently, they started out a couple of 27s. Obviously, you know, Legends have more. The Creator, Millennium Shield, Labyrinth Wall. E-Hero Clayman is a weird one, because Clayman has the stats of Mystical Elf, which is a legend card. So, like, there's no way they put Clayman out as a legend. So we'll see what actually ends up happening. Millennium Shield will make this deck good. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I subscribe to the Millennium Shield copium. I hope they never add Legend Magician and Legend Strike to the game. They'll probably immediately bring them out limited. That's what I would expect. Like Limit 2, Limit 1 or something. Or knowing Konami, Limit 2, Limit 3. I'm sick of seeing them everywhere. I mean, they have been limited now in the game. Ooh, Clapping Thunder is really, really good here. Especially since it affects defense as well. That's really, really strong. And you can get Piercing. Ooh. Okay. So now, in order to crack this board, we're literally going to need a level 6, and we're also going to need another copy of Crawling Torso. Otherwise, this is going to be very difficult to break. Because of the Duelist ban list, management problem cards are less problematic. Yeah, I think there is something to be said as well, though, for Duel Links' limiting system being very restrictive. Right, so we can take 11 here. So we're not dead. Oh. He gave that piercing. I mean, we're still not dead. Unfortunately, we did not see Sage, so we can't clear. Which means we are almost certainly just dead. Can we do anything here? Summon, get this out. Doing either of them doesn't do anything. We'd have to have a face-up monster, which we can't get without doing that. Then we'd have no cards in hand, so it wouldn't matter anyway. So our best play is actually set everything and then just hope he doesn't have anything. Because he's already used his Tribute to the Doomed. We have a card in hand, so he can't finish us off with Piercing. He'd literally need like a Pierce, or he'd need a Stop Defense, which probably isn't running either. Obviously, he could have like a Sparks, right? But to be fair, it wasn't as restrictive as it is. It'd all be aggro. Yeah, but it kind of already is all aggro in a weird way. This still doesn't help. Ideally, we need, like, Sword and Shield to make a big play here. Or Shield and Sword, even, not Sword and Shield. Right, most of the games are finishing up now, but our opponents have not concluded their game yet. Alright, well, there's Hiroshima Sage. Unfortunately, we did not draw it along with anything useful. So it doesn't actually accomplish anything. Which means the game is over. But we will go down, like, gracefully, rather than just scooping. Hey! Well, we have an opponent now. We just need this game to end. If Matt could just finish us off, that would be swell. Yeah, we'll just let him go. Right, we'll save that replay. And then it's tournament time. And now we'll have to see whether or not we're making the room or not, I guess. I guess we'll go ahead and make the room now. The room. I have to, like, check in or anything, right? I'm pretty sure we're just good to go. Create the room. Grab that. Oh. I'm being spoken to. Let's see what he says. Alright, I sent him a code. Let's see if he hops into mine, if he's going to send me a code. There is a bit of a language barrier going on, so we'll have to see how this actually turns out. Oh, I need to change my deck, actually. That is actually very important. That we're not cheating. Right, set the deck. Alright, so just a nice casual tournament game against the #1 player from the GRF. Alright, let's see what they are playing. Okay, we're going first. These are certainly all cards. I think I am going to get this out of my hand. I think that's going to be the play. So I'll pass on that. Let's see what he's got. Death Doom Requiem. Okay, okay. So this tournament did just recently win a tournament. This deck did just recently win a tournament. Oh, okay. So now what are we going to do? We can get a little bit aggressive if we want to. We don't want to get too aggressive. But we do want to get aggressive. So we'll summon. I want to clear this is the issue. Without like going too all in. Which I think we can do. So I'll flip this up. I think we'll tribute set this out. Probably over this. Go to battle, and we will just swing into this. Let's see what he does to this. Again, both of our decks are decks that don't really want to go on the aggressive. We're both playing decks that really want to just chill. Let your opponent come to you, and then get them on the crack back. Death Doom Requiem, so we can summon out another card. Tribute 2. Summon out Doom Metal. Then he's going to summon out Phaser. Phaser effect. Bring back another Doom Metal. Yeah, we're testing it out. There's no reason to do that. We'll just let that go. Now, what do we want to do here? Again, we don't really want to go over aggressive. I think we'll set. We'll flip this up. We'll go for Noodle Art Reboot. Boost this up. Then I think we're just going to go straight to battle. And we'll swing into this. Let's see what he does. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. This is a very awkward game because neither of us want to commit. We both want to let our opponent play a load of stuff into the other one, which is a little bit awkward for us because obviously we're going to be losing more life on each of these trades. I think I don't care as much about Soldier, so I think we are going to set it. And we will tribute this. Summon this out. Activate Noodle Art Reboot. Boost its attack up. Then we will try and clear this again. Then we'll just pass. Right, there's Roastery. Doesn't really change too much. It's all set. Then we're going to tribute 2. Summon. Go ahead and use Noodle Art Reboot. We'll grab back stock. Going to set. Going to activate the effect. Go to battle and see if we can get him for 1,000. I'm just going to pass. Hello, Mello. Welcome on in. We're currently playing in the Angel Cup, playing a tournament game against the #1 ranked player from the GRF. We're a pretty tense back and forth at the moment. Going on the defensive. Okay. That suits us just fine. The issue is, without being able to use Gazelle, we are slowly going to lose this game. So I think we have to flip Soldier now. Which is very awkward. We don't want to flip Soldier, because now this invites him to, like, blow up our board. But being able to stop him from being able to just play one card each turn is very, very good for us. Alright, so this is where stuff could get tricky, because now that we forced out his trap card, this is the best chance for him to go aggressive against us. Okay, Buyer. Buyer is actually a really awkward card as well, because it can refill his deck, and this game might come to deck out. Right, tributes 2. Summons out Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal effect gets to pop our guy. That's fine. We still have the widespread. That can't attack over us. So now this will protect him from widespread, which is also kind of fine. Like, it's not great. It's going to come down to what the rest of the cards in hand are. Ooh, wait a minute. Is this just to put cards back in the deck, or is this... It's current attack, isn't it? Yeah. So he's just committing to attacking over this. Another back row. Straight to battle. Ooh, okay. So we take the 14. Alright, this is the best chance we're going to get. And with the deck out game not looking like it's going to go into our favor, we probably just have to go ham here. Which is really, like, not ideal, but I don't think we really get much of a choice. So, if he's got buffered slime, we just lose. I still think we have to go for it here. So we'll activate Reincarnation. We are going to go ahead and probably just discard a Thunder Gazelle. I think that's probably the weakest card we have access to right now. We'll grab Spice back. Then we're going to normal summon. Activate the effect of Carrier. We'll grab this back to hand. Then we're going to Tribute 2. Summon this out. Activate our skill. Hey, Icy! Boost this up and grab back another card. So we'll grab back Flavor Inspector. We'll then summon. Activate Spice. Then we're going to activate Noodle Art of Roastery. Then we're going to activate Talismanic Seal Array. We want to put more cards back into our deck here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Probably put one of those back in as well. Now, we're not expecting to be able to kill him here. Does he have the guard? Ah, he has got the guard. Okay. The issue now is he's put so many cards back into his deck that we're going to deck out way before him. So now he can just afford to play defensively. But I think we had to go for it where we could, right? I don't think we could have not pushed for game there. How are the duels going today? So today we've been playing a really, really bad deck. Basically just for footage for a video. So that's not been going great, but like nothing outside of what we were expecting, right? Right now we're playing a tournament game. And we're playing against Kai, who is the guy that came first place in the Gohar Rush Festival. This is what we're worried about, is him just going full defense and us not being able to get through. Oh, that might change things a little bit. So Tribute 2, Summon. Activate our skill. Boost them up. Add a card back to our hand. We want to add cards back because we don't want to deck out. Then we'll summon out Gazelle. Activate the effect of Gazelle. Oh, game one. Game one. I really want to save that replay. That's our only replay slot though, so that's kind of it for replays. Alright, one game up. We can potentially do this. This is still a really rough matchup for us. I think his deck has a lot more tools to make use of the situations we're in. He has a lot of ways to put cards back into his deck. We are very limited in our ways to put cards back into the deck. A lot of back row. I think we play passively for now. We don't need to get aggressive just yet. My guess, though, is that he might also start playing passively. Oh, he's not going to play passively. Okay. 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 Oh, he's going very aggressive. Now, why are we going so aggressive? You must have really good back row. Otherwise, I don't think you do this. Okay, we can play with this. So we'll go carrier. Carrier effect. Grab this back. Then... no matter how we play this, we can't go too all in, because we will just die on the crackback. Like, as much as we'd like to, we would just die. So we're going to go 1-2, summon this out, activate our skill, boost our attack up, add a card back to our hand, so we'll grab back Fyaru. Then we will set. Do I keep this in hand? It's greedy, but 500 should be able to clear either way. I don't want to use my back row. I really want to find my own back row, but if I do keep this, I can still clear. So, right, we're going to do this. We're going to see what he does. Okay, he didn't do anything, so that means he still has to commit to another card to actually clear this. The thing is, if I commit too much in attack mode, if I can't guarantee the kill on that attack, he can punish me with a Doom Metal play and just completely destroy me. And there's nothing I can do about it. So this is just 2500 vanilla. Straight to battle. Okay. So we will lose 300 there, which, you know, isn't the best, but also is really not the worst. Alright. Summon carrier. Activate carrier effect. Grab back Kanan. We'll tribute to summon this out. Activate our effect. Boost it up. Set this. Set this. I think we do just go straight to battle here. Okay, we got his widespread. That's really big. That is really big. Also means we don't have a face-up monster anymore for him to do any kind of big heavy metal play. Which means the maximum we should take this turn is 2500. Unless he's got like some other shenanigans, which I don't think we saw him having any. As long as we don't brick on high levels, we should be in an okay spot. It comes down to what he draws now, I think. Like, depending on what cards are in his hand. Reincarnation. What do we want? I'm not going to bother looking at his graveyard. We'll just see what it takes. Just takes a 15. Okay, so he's brick. Even if he was on high levels, I think you just use the skill. He just wants to push for damage. That's all he's doing right now. What did he discard? He discarded Phaser. Okay. So he's going to get him for 25, which is not the best. Again, as long as we don't brick, we should be okay. Okay, that's not a brick, so we are okay. With the widespread gone, do we just do a big play? What would we have? So we'd have 21 plus 22 plus 13. Then we could increase them by, I would have 2 more in grave, right? So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 18 plus 18 is 92 minus 15 minus 19 minus 25. That's only 3,300 damage. Which means I don't think it's worth going for an all-in play here. As much as I would kind of really like to. I really want to push a bit, though. It's tricky. It's tricky, because if he has the punish, it punishes so hard, so we don't have any back row to protect us. Right, we're going to set. We're going to set. We're going to tribute 2. We're going to summon out. Activate our skill. Boost this up. Add a card to our hand. We are going to grab Hayaru. Let's do the math again. So that's 28 plus 21 plus 12 would be 61. Minus 15, and then it would be minus... No matter how you look at it, it's not going to be lethal. Right, we're going to summon and tribute over it. Get this out. I'm going to set this. We're going to go ahead and activate Spice. I'm going to go ahead and activate Roastery. Go ahead and activate TSA. Weaken this. Go to battle, swing in. Then... I think we do just swing in with this. Go for big damage. Alright, now, that does kind of suck, because if we had milled a normal monster with Spice, we would have gotten an extra 400 damage, because Spice would have given an extra 100 to each, and then our Noodle Art of Roastery, which is here, would also have given an extra 100 to each. So we did just whiff lethal, but only because we milled the wrong card. If we had just milled a normal, which we have plenty left in the deck, we would have been able to just kill there. And now that also sucks, because we just shuffled back in. Do we have any ways to get mills? It's just this right now. Alright, we'll activate Spice. If we can mill... that's not what we needed to mill. How do we do this? I need him back in grave, and I don't have him in grave anymore. So either I clear both the monsters and try to push him for lethal, which is not happening. Or we play very, very defensively. Which might actually be the play here. Because if we... Yes, we're going to activate Monster Incarnation. That's what we're going to do. This might seem a bit weird, but it will all make sense. We'll discard, and we'll take back a Flame Serb. We're going to tribute over this. Go to battle, and we're going to swing to this. Because we know he has Guard, and we know he has Recital. So like pushing him for 2 attacks is not worth it. By doing this, we limit it down, so the only way he can kill us is with a thingy play. I don't even think we need to attack with this. I think we literally just make room. So we're going to set by tributing this and tributing this. And then we're going to set this. And the reason we're doing this is because now all we're trying to do is draw into extra Spice and burn for 1,000. That's all we need to do to win. That way we don't have to attack, we don't have to get aggressive, and we should just automatically win this game, because eventually we will draw into it, and our opponent is not going to have any way to stop that. So this might look kind of boring, but this should almost guarantee that we win this game. We just need to play the long game, wait until we draw it out, and that will be that. Well, here's all our spell traps all at once. That's not the one we're looking for. Let's make sure he's not in the graveyard already. No, he's just in the bottom 4 cards of our deck. Why is he in the bottom 2 cards of our deck? There he is. And there is the win. Oh, clean 2-0. Oh, that was... we had to really turn on the thinking cap for that one. Oh. What did my opponent say? I have to just whip out the old Google Translate real quick. Thank you for the battle. Okay, so we should be playing against this guy now. I always type so much stuff. We have to translate that in a minute. Door room. Enter room. Let's just hide the code real quick. Let's translate what he said to me. Thanks for the greetings. Alright. Where was your opponent from? Our opponent was Japanese. Again, it's the guy that was #1 on the GRF. Oh, we managed to somehow 2-0 him. And I think most people, almost everyone in this tournament is from Japan. At least everyone's speaking Japanese. That's all I can tell you. Just waiting for my opponent to join the game. Now, he sent messages at 1:43, so he's been waiting about 10 minutes. So he's probably just popped off AFK for a minute, like, you know, waiting for our game to end. Our game did drag on a little bit. So now we just wait for him to join. Oh, I'm chuffed at that, though. Even just that one game felt really, really good. What's the match start time? 1:52, I guess. Alright, our opponent has said something. Let's translate it. Alright. Here we go. He said thank you. We're good to go. We're good to go. Here we go. Second tournament game. Still no idea what our opponent's on. Playing Luke. Now, is it actually a Luke skill? Okay, so this could be aggro. This could be the new Volcano Dragon skill. This could be Arise. This could be Resonance. This could be so much stuff. That's not an ideal start, but it could be worse. So we'll set a bunch of cards, and then we'll pass to our opponent. Oh, this music's too sad for this. Do we want Crash Bandicoot music right now? It kind of works. Right, what do we think our opponent is going to be on? Okay, so this is looking like Resonance. This is looking very much like Resonance now. I think we just take the damage, right? Like, taking like 800 to the face is not the end of the world. I'd rather maintain back row. Oh, we didn't discard, so he doesn't get the second attack. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So do we force out some cards from our opponent is the question. I don't think we're keeping this. Either way. 1, 2 for 1, get back a body. I think realistically we're probably not going to bother with extra spice right now. I think we're just going to go with spice. So we'll tribute 2, summon out the boy, activate our skill, boost him up, grab a card back. It's always Flavor Inspector. We'll then summon Flavor Inspector. We'll summon out everyone's favorite. As much as I'd like to use the effect, I don't think we do that right now. I think we still distribute this. Activate his effect. No reason to use that, so we go straight to battle. And we'll see what our opponent does. We're expecting a... Okay, so now do we think our opponent's going to be in Recital? Either way, we attack with this first because he doesn't have cards to use the guard. Okay, well we have him down to 100 life points. If we had used TSA, we would have won. But how are we supposed to know that our opponent's back row is all dead? Oh, we could have a big blowout turn here. We do still have the widespread. So we're not feeling too bad either way. Oh, Dragius is pretty good here. Chances are, though, with only 2 cards in hand, he can't get anything bigger than Dragius, so our widespread will just pop it. Unless he has back row hate. There's a good chance he has back row hate, because he had 3 back row he hasn't used, so he's only used 1 of them. There could also be things like the guard, which just weren't online. You have to attack. You can't not. Like, you just die if you don't attack. Unless your back row is really good, which we've just seen that neither of these two were used last turn. Talismanic Seal Array. Okay, okay. We might have just more Talismanic Seal Arrays back there then. And then, yeah, we'll just flip this over. Yeah, he knew the game was over. Alright. I'd love to be saving these replays, but we're making a video, so... And we've already made the Noodle Ninja video. Alright. Let's see what our opponent has for us. We already know we're against Resonance. The scariest thing is going to be if he gets out Slayer and starts popping our back row. So we really don't want our back row popped. Alright. Well, we can just set our whole hand. Which is not bad, I suppose. Let me just pass. Ooh. Multiple set cards. Winged Dragon. Guardian of the Fortress. So we'll get a pop there. We don't care too much about that. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. Question is, do we want to play into Sword and Shield? I almost don't want to put all my monsters in attack mode. Even if we just do 2, though, it's still risky. Right, we're going to set this. We'll go ahead and tribute 2. Or tribute 1, even. Because that's how this works. Then, I'm going to flip up Fyaru. And the reason we're doing this is because if he does have Sword and Shield, it doesn't hurt as much if Fyaru's on the board. Right, because this is reasonably an okay defensive board. The question is, are we flipping Canaan up? I think we will flip Canaan up. It is a little bit greedy, to be honest. But I think I prefer it this way. We're going to set this. Go to battle. We'll swing with this. That's what he's got. Nothing. What are you playing in your back row, my friend? I'm just bullying him. The thing is, there's no way it's not... It's, Ghost Cycling. You would have popped it earlier. So, like, is it just 2 TSAs? Is he just bricking on TSAs both games? Looking at the bracket, our next opponent hasn't been decided yet. So we might get a little bit of a gap after this game, but based on how long our games have been going. Shield and Sword. Okay, so this is why we summoned this out instead of leaving the second Canaan out, because it has the extra 1,000 defense. So we shouldn't be in any risk of straight up dying, but famous last words and all that. Okay, summons out 2 monsters, looking probably for that draw. Can get it just with this board if he wants to. So this does get you the draw immediately. Wait a minute. Okay, so we go for the Resonance, go for the boost on both, then we'll get to pop a back row. None of my back row specifically is like super warrant. Like, Reincarnation would be nice to keep hold of, but like I don't need it right now. The only issue is Reincarnation gave us a bit of security in the fact we could get back a Serb. Now we have to draw into a boss monster that can clear this. But even if we don't and we only get 3 defensive monsters, it's not the end of the world because we can still just bide our time until he finds a Dragius. Okay, there is a boss monster, so we're actually just completely fine anyway. So I'll go Carrier, Carrier Effect, take back Canaan. Summon out the Canaan. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate Noodle Art Reboot. Boost him up. Add a card to hand. We'll grab back Flavor Inspector. We'll summon out the Inspector. We'll activate Spice. We'll activate Noodle Art of Roastery. We'll activate Noodle Art of Roastery. Then we'll just clear. We always just kill. Oh, okay, we got it. Right. Two 0 Victory report. Okay, let's just make sure our next opponent looks to be ready. So we'll leave this room. We're also going to delete our bottom replay. I think our bottom replay is a nothing replay. I would like just another replay of this. Okay, we have a new opponent. And you know what that means. We're going to go over here while we sort out our duel room. Alright, let's see what they are saying to us. Right, so he's given us a room code, so we're going to go join his. Or they have given us a room code. No idea what gender this person is. Dual room. Enter room. Now we missed off a number. Alright, let's see what our opponent has for us. Where are we now? We are in the semi-finals. Oh, so if we win this, we go straight to the finals. Let's see if we can win against whatever our opponent's playing. Their gender is duelist and their pronouns are going down. I thought you were going to say their pronouns were like Monster Card or something. Some other Yu-Gi-Oh reference. This is quite a good turn 1 card. Let's see if our opponent plays any back rows so that we can actually use it. Death Doom Requiem, okay. So our second Death Doom Requiem opponent. Ooh, okay. So we also know that he has slime. So that's something to take note of. Right, we'll drop Ghost Cyclone. We always pop the back row. We always take the draw. How do we want to play this? Once again, we don't want to get like too aggressive. We always set this. I think we go for these. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out the boy, activate our skill, boost him up, grab back Inspector. Now the question is, do we bother using Inspector to clear this? Because I think that does open us up to a big counterattack play, which is something I'm not really looking for right now. I think we're just going to go defensive, and we're just going to clear this. We'll pass on that. The issue is, if we... is this a for fun tourney or prize money? Now, there is prize money, but I have no idea how to receive this prize money. I think it's like Google codes or something. So if I do somehow win, which again, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but if we were to win, you know, I wouldn't even know what we're doing with it. We set this. We don't want to really do anything. Again, we want to let him push into us if we can. So we are just going to keep attacking over stuff and then just passing. But again, we could get really aggressive here, right? But if we can't kill him, all it does is open us up to get killed by Doom Requiem. Yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, losing Seahorse kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Tribute 2 for a set, so we have to make sure we attack over that. That is very good. That's what we've been waiting for. Because with this, we can now afford to get a little bit aggressive. We still don't want to get very aggressive. Just a little bit aggressive. But just a little bit of aggression is fine. Now we have a little bit of insulation. So we'll go straight to battle. We'll swing into this. Okay, that's fine. And we'll just clear that. And then we'll just pass. So we still could get hit for a lot, but we shouldn't just die out of nowhere. Right now, our entire objective is just to get through our opponent's resources. We want to just get their hand as empty as possible, get their deck as empty as possible. That's all we want to do right now. We already know the strat from the first match, and that it works, so why change it now? Well, again, it's not quite that simple, right? Like, this guy's playing Shout, for example, so he's going to start ripping through our deck a little bit more. Oh, and hitting that is also pretty bad, losing the Spice. That was a really, really frustrating hit, actually. If we got to maintain that, that would have been so good for us. Okay, so he lets that go. Try and get him for the 22. He is going to use the guard, which is going to, again, put cards back in his deck. Now, if he's clever, he's going to take Shout. He's going to take all of his Shouts back. Yeah, he's taking all the Shouts back. Him taking Shouts back is really annoying, because that's going to really hurt the grind game. We can't not attack directly, though, right? At some point, we have to try and kill. Saying that, it's not like he can just use Shout all the time. And now we can start stacking up cards in our hand. If he has double guard... No, I think we still just do go battle here. If he has guard, I think the best play is just not to attack. Yeah, I think we just pass. I mean, we're going to deck him out at this rate. Even if he uses the Shouts. He has to get aggressive onto us. You can use Shout, mate. That's not going to change anything. I mean, if we get more damage in, it's worth doing a Noodle Art reboot. Yeah, we expected that. Alright, now it comes down to, does he have Talismanic Sealer Ray? Okay, once again, that's not actually going to do anything. Like, not in this grind game at the very least. Now stop hitting my best card! Ah! Right, use our skill again. Bump this up. Uses the widespread now. Get rid of that. We pass. Right, 2 cards left in deck. Noodle's secondary status deck out. In this matchup specifically, yes. The reason being, both of our decks do exactly the same thing, right? We need our opponent to play attack mode monsters so we can get in and kill them. But, in that regard, I only put 2 monsters in attack because I had the widespread rune to protect, so I knew I couldn't get OTK'd. So otherwise, I would have been playing a lot more defensively. But, the idea is that we need to wait for our opponent to commit to actually do what our deck wants to do, our primary win cons. So all we have to do is just not do that, and then we're kind of big chillin', right? Right, Death Doom Requiem. Tributes 2. I don't know why you go for the Tribute 2 here. That seems a bit weird. I guess he just really wants to just pile on aggression right now. Alright, how do we want to play this? We always Tribute this. We don't want to get, again, too aggressive. So if we can force him to use a back row, we force him to use a back row. Holding on to you doesn't do anything. If we get his... Okay, a recycle's fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. We've got to get him to use the back row, right? And again, we cannot commit too many guys in attack mode. That is the issue we're having. If he has a heavy metal, if he's literally just drawn a heavy metal, this is going to be very awkward for us. If it's not heavy metal, we're kind of fine. Okay, straight to battle phase. That's fine. Okay. Oh, that's pretty bad. Are we going to be forced to use reincarnation now? Probably. I don't like this, but I think we have to do this. Alright, reboot. Boost this. Set. Battle. Swing over this. Okay, that's gone. If we had, like, a better hand, like, if we had spices in hand, we would have gone aggressive there. But we didn't have spices, so... there's not really a lot we can do about that. See, now he's using his buyers to just recycle, recycle, recycle. Because he knows this is going to go down to deck out if it goes like the last game. Requiem plays something out. So now Tribute 2. Okay, that is probably fine. Because chances are he can't clear this. Like, straight to battle. If he attacks, yes. That's what we want to see. So we get to keep an extra monster. Which is pretty good for us. Now I need to find a way to clear that, though. I mean, there's 2 ways to do it right there. So we'll set. I really don't want to get, like, too aggressive with this hand, though, is the issue. I think the other issue is we have to get aggressive at some point. But there are so many ways that we could just die. We're going to go ahead and tribute these 2. Summon this out. Activate our skill. Boost this up. Add a card back to our hand. We'll take this. Now, are we going to get super aggressive is the question. I think we should. It's awkward, but I think we have to. Probably don't need those. Kind of want one though. Has the recital. This probably connects. Now it comes down to, has he got the crackback? If he's got the ability to summon out Doom Requiem and get its effect off, we do just die here. But with the dwindling number of cards in our deck, we have to get aggressive at some point, and I think that was the best shot for it. He only had 2 cards in hand. Right, Shadow Buyer does get him up to 7, which means this is probably lethal damage. Which is a shame, but I think we still played it correctly. I think if we... Okay, okay, okay. We still have a game. The issue is, we can go for the 100 burn. I think we have to. I don't think we can't. Right, we need to boost this over. We set this. We normal summon Kanan. I think we pass. I think we pass. I think passing is correct. Because if we attack and he has the guard, he's already thrown so many high levels into grave. But I think passing is right. We have protection to protect our guy. He needs exactly Requiem. Death Doom Requiem. Gets out a guy in defense. Sets another card. Tributes 2 for that, which is fine. We can deal with that. Gets in for 200. Okay. That is a little bit awkward, but we can make do. Sure, we can make do. So we'll set. We'll go ahead and tribute 1, tribute 2. Activate our skill. Boost it up. And I will take a body back. Go to battle and we'll swing into this. If he wants to use a back row, that is a-okay with me. We'll just pass. Okay. I think the shouts are actually the most annoying part of this matchup. Is he going to take back shout? No, he's going to take back invasion. Okay, so is that because he wants to... Ah, he's got the shout anyway. Oh, I hate that card so very much. What's the plan though? Why have we taken back invasion? We're going to do a Doom Metal play now? Just tribute set, so you just don't want any attack mode monsters. The major issue I have right now is that I just don't have the trap card. If I had trap cards, I would feel so confident about just going in. But I don't. I think we are just going to do this. Again, if he wants to use a widespread on this, goes for recycle. Okay, that's fine. This guy just has so many defensive traps. Another recital. Alright, he's going in with a buyer. Tributes 2. Summons out heavy metal. Heavy metal effect gets the pop. What else are we doing though? Death Doom Requiem. Cheat out invasion. And then just attack over 1. Okay. That's fine. There's stock. We will set. Then I think we just do this, right? Swing into this. See if he'll finally use is widespread. Still not using it. Still not using the widespread. Now, the very scary thing here is our hand is a little bit bricked up right now. So if he does start clearing our stuff... Okay, it's going to go for another push. Gets the big boost. Does clear both monsters. Unfortunately, because he attacked in that order specifically. Oh, that sucks. Right, we can though start popping some of this back row. Did have slime. Okay. Unfortunately, we have now bricked. Which really does suck here. I think we have to do this, as awkward as it is. And I think we have to put the bosses back in because we're going to need them again. This ain't looking good. I think this might be it. Maybe I got a little bit greedy. Maybe I should have played one of these instead of Serb. Well, I don't think Serb would have made any difference here. Like, we just would have had a Serb. We'd have had one less card in our hand. Also, if we draw out our boss monsters we just shuffled in, then we are super boned. But I think if we didn't, we were going to lose the long game anyway. That's what, 39, 40, 51? Okay, we are protecting. Right, I think we have to go for a push, otherwise we're just dead. The problem is that back row is going to stop us, but there's nothing we can do about it. So I think we just have to go for it. I had another guard. That is a shame. I think that's going to be game. I don't think we can play around anything he's going to draw now. I think that was the best shot we had. Unfortunately, we never quite drew what we needed. We were bricking a little bit on high levels, so which meant we couldn't just go defensive. And we never saw our widespread, because even though our opponent's not playing any back row hate, so we couldn't like punish us. Because we never saw the widespread, we could never go aggressive with two monsters. This guy's deck is so defensive, though. He has at least 2 guard. He's got the buffered slime. There's no way he doesn't have widespread. He's got 3 Music Princess Recital. If he doesn't have Doom Requiem, we might be okay. That is so big. If we could get this online, if he just didn't have that card in hand, I think we actually just straight win. But he does. So how do we do this? Right, we summon. We activate the effect. We grab this back. We tribute 1. We tribute 2. We activate Extra Spice. We activate our skill. We grab this back. We set. We set. We set. We set. Oh, we might have just thrown by setting that. Oh, we should have kept the pyro in hand. Let's hope. Let's hope we didn't just throw. Let's hope we didn't just throw. Bro, if we've just thrown by setting that... Oh, actually... Clutch, because neither of these cards help us. The deck basically traded the spells for traps, which makes sense as he doesn't need TSA because he'll pop your monsters most of the time. I mean, that does make sense. He's not playing any back row hate, though. Which I guess you don't need. Death Doom Requiem. Brings that out. I'm not going to have any cards left in my deck to use his effect, am I? Is that really how we're going to lose? We might be okay. Because we'll have 1 card left. As long as we don't have any other kind of draw effects. Yes! Oh, the 2-1. Let's just double check that. Let's get our room replays, make sure that was 3 games. Alright, nice 2-1 win. Oh. Ho, 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 ho. And that puts us into the finals, lads. I'm guessing our opponent's already waiting. No, our opponent has not finished their game yet. Alright. Ah, man. Let's see what he posted. He sent us a response. He said, "Thank you for the battle." Oh, these Japanese players are so nice. They put us Westerners to shame. So he said something again. Oh, all right. We're in the finals. We're in the finals. That's why they don't play in our tournaments. We're all mean. Yeah, we get players that call each other out on like, oh, you hacked me. Twitch Pro Fear is in the finals. It's me versus Twitch Pro Fear. What the fudge? How has this happened? Alright, we'll sort out the room again. How are we against Twitch Pro Fear in the finals? Can we clear some replays maybe? Or do we need all the replays we've got, unfortunately. They're all for a video. Video takes priority. Because we've already made a noodle video, so I'm not going to make another video just for, to show the noodle deck has changed a little bit. This is going to be a long match. I don't know if I should speak to Twitch Pro Fear in English. Alright. Sent a room code. Hide your hand in the stream? Mean... Just crop the camera? You want me to just move my camera over here? You want me to do this? Is this what you want? Is this what you want, Manicist? Behold, I'm now over here. Where's my background gone? That's underneath there. Overlay. I guess nothing else really matters. Have this little window down here, that's fun. Ooh, we're against Harpies. We can't infinitely stall against this deck. So, this opening hand is also a little bit dog. We will... I guess just go for a big push. Boost this up. Add a card back. Do we have to do the second spice? I think we have to do it, right? We're not going to be anywhere near enough otherwise. We can't even use the effect otherwise. So go ahead and tribute 2. We use spice. We use spice. Go to battle or swing. Either way, this wasn't getting much bigger than this anyway, so even if he has the widespread, it doesn't make any difference. And we just pass on that. Unfortunately, widespread is very good turn 1. Can't do much about that. Good luck. Thank you, Chaos Star. Unfortunately, we haven't opened particularly well. They opened double Harpy Lady Sisters and the widespread, which is a very, very strong start, whereas we have opened 2 tribute monsters that unfortunately didn't actually manage to clear the board. So we're going to be taking a lot of damage here, and we've already lost 2 of our bosses. So this game 1 is not looking great for us, not going to lie. I mean, even if we lose, I'm quite happy we made it this far, to be honest, right? I'm very, very happy we made it to the finals. We managed to beat some very, very good players to get here, and I'm very, very happy that we managed to accomplish that. So even if we do just like scrub out in the finals, it's like, it's whatever. We've already had a really good run. Besides, Twitch Pro Fear best deck. I don't like hiding my hand. Oh, are we getting OTK'd? Is that what's happening? You're having to play around the guard is something else. This is lethal, right? This is just lethal? Like 100 over lethal? Is that right? Or is it just under lethal? 5, 6,000, 6,400. Okay, so he's 400 under lethal. Or they are 400 under lethal. This might be it. This might be it. This is a brick. It happens, unfortunately, but that's going to be game. There's nothing we can really do about it. I mean, we'll do what we can, but the game is over. Even using this isn't really worth it, but we'll do it anyway because we got it. Hiya! And then, yeah, we do die in the crackback. There's nothing we can do here. This is our first big brick game. Now, to be fair, we have bricked a little bit in the other games, but we haven't bricked as hard as this in the previous games. Wish the skill boost the level of the tributed monsters? I mean, even if it did, it wouldn't change anything, right? Like, Roastery doesn't, like, save us here. Let them lose to Harpies. The free-to-play players can still join our game, and we make more money in the long run. I look at this, like 16 cards left in deck and is still drawing out just all of the best cards. That was no way we were winning this. We bricked and Twitch Pro Fear drew really, really well. So like those were just two completely opposing forces there. We'll have to see if our game 2 is going to be any better. Fingers crossed. I would also like to go first, right? Winning the coin toss is also quite big. Not bricking on high levels would be quite big. And Profare not opening Widespread Ruin 2 games in a row would also be quite big. Let's see what happens. Oh, you know what that means? It's going to get sniped immediately. I don't think we do that play. I think it's awkward too. Now that's another problem, is I can't hide where I'm putting my cards, because it kind of comes up over here, unless I, like, hide everything. Which means I'd like to think that was just a legit got lucky and won the 50-50, but... What makes me feel even worse is Twitch Pro Fear is currently watching the stream. That's a bit disappointing though, because it means that this loss is always going to be tainted with we're pretty sure our opponent's cheating. Which is, it's a little bit sad, but it is what it is. If this means enough to them to cheat, then let them have it, right, at the end of the day. Okay, this is awkward. How do we want to do this? We have to do it that way. Which means this is irrelevant. If I go summon, summon. Tribute, tribute. Summon it out. Activate the skill. Add a card to your hand. Yes. We will add back the Fiado. Now, how greedy do you want to get with this? I mean, I kind of want to get greedy. I think we will. We're going to fire this off. That's not bad. Getting back any of that doesn't actually help. I think we are going to go for just the hand empty and try and clear. Get him for the 9. And then we'll pass. Just think though, if we somehow manage to win, like knowing our opponent's cheating, that would be even more hype, right? Unfortunately, that's not looking likely now. We're still alive right now. Just need a Harpy Lady Sisters. Let's see. Does G have it, ladies and gentlemen? We're about to find out. I also never stream tonight. Sometimes I don't turn off stream, but mute it and open another tab. Yeah, I'm kind of the same in the sense that, like, I don't really... Because the other thing is, let's benefit of the doubt. There's no guarantee that is actually happening, right? There is no guarantee, right? So benefit of the doubt, you know, innocent until proven guilty, right? I'm a little bit confused why we held that for so long. Are we just, was that BM or was that like, like having to do maths? Worst part is the Japanese community may not know you stream, so they won't know it wasn't 100%. Again, we don't know it wasn't, right? The only thing that's been a bit sus, even then, right? It was literally just a 50-50 on a back row, right? Other than that, nothing has been out of the ordinary. And even that is just a 50-50, right? So even if, right, let's, for argument's sake, say that they were cheating and looking at the hand and they knew which one to hit, they could have just won a 50-50 coin flip anyway and got it anyway, right? So... But, guilty until proven innocent? Nah. We don't rock that way. The score? What? What do you mean? The score I entered was... I'm trying to say that Profil 120, and it's not saying anything. It's saying that it's inconsistent. And I'm like, but she did win 2-0. But again, we're not too worried about it. Again, we weren't playing to like win anyway. We were just playing for some fun. Right, am I getting any sort of prize is the question. I don't know if it was just first or second place. Just first or first and second. Because I don't really want the prize. Yeah, okay, just the winner. So I don't have to worry about it, which is good for us. But, like I said, I'm quite happy. Realistically, I didn't want to go through the logistics of having to get the prize money. I think it would just been a bit more awkward. Second place with Noodles seems very good. I honestly think Noodles is good right now. I don't think Noodles is like super duper ridiculous crazy, but I do think it is like a tier 2 deck. Like, I think this deck is on the same kind of level as a lot of the other decks that are able to win tournaments. So I think this deck can easily win a tournament. I do think you have to play it with a little bit of nuance. Like you saw in our matches against the Royal Rebels, you have to play the matchup in a very specific way, which can get a little bit awkward. And for example, if we know we're against Rebels, having the extra spice, having another copy of this, would be really, really good. So there is that. Noodles works and fit with current meta playstyle, so it will work for now. Yeah, I mean, that's basically sums it up, right? I think as we go on, Noodles will get weaker and weaker and weaker, right? Realistically, the skill isn't... Like, the skill's good, but it's not really, really, really good, right? It's just a good skill. I think as we get more Noodle support cards in the future, Noodles will have a little stint of, like, replayability when fusions come out. But, like, this is as good as they're going to get. And I literally think every single product release that comes out until we get, like, the Noodle fusion stuff, this deck's going to get weaker and weaker and weaker as other decks get stronger and stronger and stronger. Yeah, I really like this deck. I think it's really fun. I think this feels like a good build as well. I think, realistically, every single one of these spell traps was pivotal. The only thing was, the Ghost Cyclones felt a little bit lackluster in some of today's games. But to be fair, in one of the games, we did hit a Guard and a Slime, like Buffered Slime, in the same game. So that definitely was like a huge, huge help. I can move this back actually now. Ugh, let's not move that. Where are you, camera? Back over here. But yeah. Again, I think people are sleeping on this deck. I think this deck's genuinely, like, decent. I would go 2-2 of the Noodle bosses, maybe for your build. The thing is, most of the time, Spice is what wins the game. Usually it's like a double Spice play. Extra Spice, I think, is good. And I think it works really well when you're playing a grind game. And you're literally going back and forth, trading resources, trying to manage everything. But outside of exactly that, Spice, or Extra Spice, I should say, does feel a little bit lackluster. I think that's the issue. I said this in my video, but I think Spice the Elite Noodle Ninja wins games. Extra Spice the Elite Noodle Ninja wins grind games, right? The question is, how often are you going to be in the grind game versus how often are you going to be in the, you know, just trade, go face, damage race decks? Like, if I'm playing against something like Seven's Axel Road, they're going to have a big turn where they summon out 3 guys and push in to try and get a load of damage in. So on the crackback, I need to be able to have as much damage as physically possible, at which point Spice becomes invaluable in that matchup, right? So I think Extra Spice is... Like, again, I really like Extra Spice. Out of the 2 cards, I prefer Extra Spice in design, right? I think this card is more fun, it's more interesting, I think it's cooler, but I think Spice the Elite Noodle Ninja is better, which is disappointing, but... Again, that's why we're also on the Noodle Arts of Roasteries, just so we can stack them together with multiple spice. If we get out double spice, double roastery, that is so much damage. It's so big. I don't actually know how much Noodle Art of Roastery actually did today. Like, it wasn't bad, but I don't think it, like, won us any game specifically. It almost won us a game. In one of our games, we needed to mill a extra normal monster, and we milled the extra spice using Spice the Elite Ninja's effect. And if we did mill a normal monster, we would have got the extra 200, well, the extra 100 from Spice and the extra 100 from Roastery, which would have given us exact lethal. So, Roastery is not bad. I'm quite happy we brought this deck today, and I think I still want to tweak this deck a little bit more, but I don't really know how. I kind of like I said, I like this build. Thunder Gazelle only came up once today, but just having the option to threaten lethal with it just feels really good. So, there is that as well. We'll get the Spyro Spell Trap Destruction next boss Trust. I would really like that. I mean, we can go look at it right now, right? It's going to be in here. God, I can't remember what it's called, so I'm just going to go and look it up. No, we're in the wrong... We're in TCG, that's why. I'm going to say there's a lot more cards in it than usual. Fiery Blaze, this is one. So if you have 2 or more face-up pyro monsters on your field, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Then if you inflicted damage to your opponent by this effect, you could destroy a spell trap. So the downside is we need to have 2 face-up pyros, which kind of sucks, but... replay time. Yes, yes, yes. We said we were going to take a look at Manicust's replay. We should probably check with the chat and see if anything was said. No, nothing was said. So that's fine. Everyone's still in this room, but that's fine. Alright, so we will go to our friends list and find the man, the myth, the legend, the anarchist. So you said it was the top one, right? So let's take a look. Let's take a Gandarino Cappuccino at Manicust versus Zion Archeron. Archeron? Oh, it's Roa versus Nail. Let's see what the man Manicust has to show us against someone with a current win streak of 3. That's not quite 32. But, you know, still on a 3-win streak. Start out with Essel. Milling some noodles. Oh, I'm not sure about... Why are we on Flame Champion? What possible reason could you have to play Flame Champion? Alright, extra spice. Extra spice. Summon out all the big boys. Get a cheap... See, when you get a turn like this, extra spice looks amazing in multiples, right? Looks absolutely obscene. Back over that. Back with that. Bang. I've also been thinking a little bit about Earthbound. I think Gazella's a little bit better. Archfiend Summoning Flute. Okay. Okay. We're just going to keep burning. We're going to keep burning. If our opponent can't answer our guys as well, yeah, we get to have a great time with that, don't we? Yeah, we just kept burning and burning and burning and burning and burning. The problem is, if your opponent can answer your extra spice, then all it does is burn for 1,000, which is still fine, right? You get out a 3,000 attack monster that can burn your opponent for 1,000 and draw a card. That's pretty good, right? I don't want to like undersell it, but I think that was a good example of everything going exactly as it needed to, right? But yeah, overall. Today has been quite a good day. We got second place in the tournament. Pretty chuffed with that. We got the video footage that we needed for the Semeruler deck, which I'm not really... I don't even know if I'm looking forward to making that video, to be honest. It's very mid, and I don't really know how I feel about it. Might try and see if we can make it a bit more of a comedic video, but... I think that might be a bit weird with like the style of the channel, where we're usually more informative. So my build is more like burn focus, using attacks as my secondary win con, going chip damage. Semeruler deck. Yeah, I like the idea of it. The only question is, what other burn do you have in the deck? Like, are you playing the Talismanic Warrior that burns, or are you playing the Trap card that burns for 600? Those are the questions that I pose to you. I guess for now, we'll see how Autoduel does against Nail. Just while we're kind of hanging out, because again we are dwindling down. We will be ending soon. I don't even know if there's anyone. We could probably raid into someone. There's lots of people playing Rushdoll today as well. Like, the directory is all Rushdoll today, which is pretty cool. Alright, well, with that, I think we are going to start wrapping things up, right? I think that's the play. We're going to go and raid someone who is currently playing some Rushdoll, because we always like to pay it forward. We want to give the Rush duelists a bit of a hand. But we will be back again on Tuesday, where we'll probably be playing something else. And don't forget, there will be a point battle tournament on Friday in the Rush Duel Links Discord server. And there will be a Rush Duel Grand Prix over on Grand Harrier's server. So make sure you play in those, because I will be playing in them. And if you're not playing in them, then you're not a real Rush fan, okay? That's just how it goes. But yeah, catch you later. Bye-bye.
Tomato with the raid. How's everybody doing? Good morning, guys. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. What is his hand? We got the most broken hand ever, guys. Draw all your maximum shit.